This video demonstrates the installation process of Solis S6 independent power supply enhanced single-phase low-voltage hybrid inverter. Attention! Electrical equipment can only be installed and maintained by qualified electrical technicians. Please read the user manual before installation and check whether the accessories in the box are complete. Preparation before installation. The inverter is heavy. Please pay attention to personnel safety during handling and installation. Please install the inverter in a safe location that meets the requirements for easy ventilation and heat dissipation. And avoid direct sunlight. When the inverter is running, there may be risks of high temperature and high voltage. Please install the inverter in a location that is not easily accessible. S6 Pro Energy Storage Inverter adopts a new screenless design. You can operate this inverter through Solis Cloud app. And you can display the operating status of the inverter through the light bar on the inverter. PV interface connects photovoltaic modules. Input photovoltaic energy into the system. That port connects to battery. COM1 COM3 interface connects battery communication line, CT line, parallel line, generator communication line. The COM port is connected to the data collector so that the inverter operation information can be uploaded to the Solis Cloud platform. Antenna is connected to the antenna to enhance the Bluetooth signal. The generator interface is used to connect the generator. The load is used to connect the backup load. The grid is used to connect to the grid, and the generator can also be connected to the grid port through the automatic transfer switch. Install the back plate. Appropriate space should be reserved around the installation location of the inverter. Using a level ruler to ensure collimation level after determined the installation position of the back plate. Mark the punch point with a marker. Punch holes with a hammer drill at the marked points. Insert the expansion bolts and the accessories into the 4 punched holes. Align to the exposed screws and install the back plate in correct place. Fix the back plate onto the wall using gaskets and nuts. Tighten the bolt. Fix the 4 corners of the back plate in the same way. Back plate installation is complete. Mount the inverter. Align the inverter with the hooks on the mounting plate and hang it. Screw the fixing screws included in the package into the fixing holes. Inverter installation completed. Grounding cable connection. Connect the ground wires crimped with OT terminal to the ground point on the side of the inverter. DC side connection. When the solar module is exposed to the sun, high voltage will appear on the DC wire. Do not touch the DC wire. Before connecting the inverter, please ensure that the open circuit voltage of the photovoltaic string does not exceed the limit of the inverter. The solar modules connected to the same MPPT must have the same specification, the same orientation, and the same inclination. When you hear a click sound, it indicates that the connection is fastened. Battery connection. The compatible battery modules of this product are as follows: Pyrine, BYD, etc. Please refer to the battery matching list on the official website for details. This installation uses pin US3000. For battery installation, please refer to the battery manufacturer's instructions to install the battery. Pass one end of the battery power cable through the bat at the bottom of the inverter and connect to the corresponding port. One end is connected to the battery end. AC side connection. Thread the load side cable through the bottom of the inverter load. Access the backup L, N, PE corresponding ports. Similarly, thread the grid side cable through the bottom grid of the inverter. Access the corresponding ports of grid L, N, PE. Generator connection. There are two installation methods for generators. One is installed in the generator interface. Two is installed at the power grid port. The following shows the installation of the generator connection at the generator interface. Pass one end of the cable through the bottom of the inverter generator. Access the corresponding ports of generator L, N, PE. The other end is connected to the generator. The following shows the installation method of the generator connected to the grid port. Thread the standard AC cable through the bottom of the inverter grid. Access the grid L, N, PE corresponding interfaces. The other end is connected to the automatic transfer switch, which is connected to the grid and generator through the automatic transfer switch, respectively. Communication connection. Pass the communication cable through the bottom of the inverter COM. One end is connected to the BMS port. The other end is connected to the battery communication port. If only CT is connected, the communication cable passes through the bottom of the inverter COM. One end is connected to the HM, and the other end is connected to the CT to place the live wire. Communication connection of generator connected to generator port. If the generator has a communication function, you need to connect one end of the communication cable of the generator to GV. The other end is connected to the corresponding port of the generator, which can control the start and stop of the generator. Communication connection of generator connected to the grid port. It is necessary to connect one end of the automatic transfer switch communication cable to the inverter's ATS-240V to control the automatic transfer switch switching direction. The other end is connected to the corresponding port of the automatic transfer switch. Close the protective cover and tighten the 4 screws. If you choose a Solis auger, please connect it to the COM port at the bottom of the inverter. Connect the antenna to that antenna at the bottom of the inverter. Power on debugging. Please visually check first to make sure all cables are connected properly. You can pull the cable lightly to confirm that the cable connection is tight. Close the AC circuit breaker and battery switch. Close the DC switch. If the DC input voltage is greater than the startup voltage of the inverter will start up. Connect the app for debugging. Please refer to the demonstration of S6-EH1P 3 to 8KL Pro setting up content for the specific setting up content. The inverter will start normal operation.